is Racing Bicewitz, and I'm here today with John Tolbert, who is the current elite athlete coordinator for the Faxon Law New Haven Road Race. How are you today, John?
I'm just fantastic.
Great. So, how did you get to be on the New Haven Board of Directors?
Well, my best friend John Bicewitz was the director, and I ran in the race in 1995. And I was running along, and my splits were really good, and then I went along Long Wharf, and all of a sudden the wind was just blowing and blowing, and I got real mad by the time I got across the finish line because I blew my time out of the water. I didn't hit it, and so I yelled at him at the finish line, and I blamed him, and he's shut me up by putting me on the board of directors.
That's a good story. So, can you explain what the 20K National Championship means?
Well, it's the only one in that distance in the entire country that's the national championship. We're the longest tenured national championship in the country. Some others have come and gone, and we are considered one of the biggest ones around the country. More Olympians come to ours than any other race in the country. So, and it is a selection race for the world team for the half marathon. So for the world championships, for the world half marathon championships, our race selects who goes on that team.
Oh, wow. So can you explain a little bit about the process of getting elite runners to come to the New Haven Road Race?
Yep. Most of it is the website has who is the contact, which is me. And other things are I use social media, I use texting, I use various different ways I contact people, keep in touch with them, try and be friendly with them, do dorky little things like send out Christmas cards with pictures from the race and things like that. And then just kind of stay, and then, go to things that some people might invite me to. Like I got invited to Cape Cod and other areas and go see some of the elite athletes and go see them and just so kind of like put a face with the race rather than just be like Abdi said to me once. He said, one race they just give me a check and then I don't see them till the day of the race. So our race, we just try and be friendly. So that's how I try and get them. I can try and get them by being just a little more, friendly to them and make them feel a little more personal.
Yeah, definitely. So can you explain what the Ryan Shay Award is?
So the Ryan Shay was our 2005 champion, and Ryan was somebody who advocated building up American long distance running because, as you know, anybody that follows any type of track and field or national races, every time you go to a race, it's Kenyans that win. And Ryan was somebody that said, hey, let's try and make America compete with them. And so he was one of the people that believed in having some type of farm system where people go in to train together. And he came to our race several times, and him and I became kind of friendly because I'm from Pittsburgh and he went to Notre Dame, and they always played that weekend in football. So we kind of razzed each other, but we became friendly with each other to the point where when he passed away, I don't know if I think, at least that's what my wife said, I was the last person he talked to, which was kind of odd. He came to the start line, and my wife and I were standing there, and he saw us, and I didn't expect him to come over, and he ran over to me and he goes, hey JT, how you doing? And we chit-chatted. Then he got on the start line and he raced, and he died at the 5 mile mark. So then I realized that we should do something to memorialize him because I didn't see it going on anywhere. And so I realized we didn't have any like physical trophy to give somebody. So I said, well, why don't we do like a Ryan Shay Award? And your dad was, John Bicewitz, I'm sorry, your dad. He was right on board with it. He supported me 100%. So that's where we are now.
So do you have any favorite memories from being the elite athlete coordinator?
Yeah, some of them are really good. We have live music on Saturday nights. We bring them into the hospitality suite. A guy sings in the corner, and we have pizza. And I'll never forget Megan Payton. Flight didn't land until 10, and she was so concerned about getting New Haven pizza. So she kept texting me, JT, am I going to get there in time? JT, oh my God. So I had to go up to the place where we got the pizza, which was Bar. And I had to get more pizza later at night than what we had. But probably one of the best memories is the girl that was the bride. She was a no-name. Jill Swopes is her name now. She ran in the race, and they lost her shoes. They lost her baggage, and when her baggage showed up, they didn't have the small carry-on bag that she had to check because the plane didn't have room. And they lost that, and that held all of her running gear.
Oh, man.
So I took her up to Trailblazer, and that year they were giving away gift certificates to people in a raffle that they got a free pair of shoes.
Mm-hmm.
So I kind of snuck over and pulled one out, and I brought it up to the counter, and I said, "Go get yourself a pair of shoes." And she was leaving, and I heard your dad and the owner of the store running after me, going, "Hey, hey, hey!" And I said, "No, too late." So then she got shoes to run in,
Mm-hmm.
and she won the race.
Oh, wow.
So it was kind of,
Thanks,
it was a great, and it was the one where they put on the front of the paper, they said runaway bride. She got married the next week, and she invited my wife and I to the wedding, actually.
Oh, cool.
But
Good to go.
we couldn't go because my nieces and nephews, actually, believe it or not, that same weekend, one of my nieces got married, and I couldn't say, well, I couldn't come to your wedding. I was going to somebody I barely knew, but, you know.
Yeah. Well, thank you so much for talking with me today. It was great to have you.
All right, my pleasure.
See you on Labor Day.